Hello everyone and welcome to a very special retrospective video here on my channel. I have Brandon and Luke joining me for this.
Hello guys.
And for this, this is going to be like a game show retrospective kind of thing because we're going to be talking about the show that aired, the show that aired, first aired on Nickelodeon back on October 6th of 1996. I just got a notification on Facebook. It's from one of my partners from the Tampa Bay Rays fans, so forget about that right now. I'll get to that later. But anyway, let's talk more about that. So Double Dare, as we know, is a children's game show originally hosted by our good friend Mark Summers that aired on Nickelodeon. The show combines trivia questions with occasionally messy physical challenges. It is often credited with putting the then fledgling network on the map, and ranked number 29 in TV Guide's list of the 50 greatest game shows of all time. The show is loosely based on Beat the Clock. And here is the main game. Also, guys, not only talk about Double Dare in two parts, we're also going to be talking. The part one will be more on Double Dare. The second part will be on Double Dare 2000. Let's talk about Double Dare first. So, two teams of two children each competed for cash and prizes. Originally, both teams wore red uniforms, but after Double Dare entered the syndication in 1988, one team wore blue uniforms, the other team wore red. Finders Keepers, the Nickelodeon game show that premiered 1 year after Double Dare, played a role in this change. On each version, except for the original version of Family Double Dare, in which the teens were designated by the families' respected last names. Each team received a unique name, although they were often referred to as simply the red team and the blue team. Each round began with a toss-up challenge of which both teams competed. The winning team received $20, $25, or let me get that out of the way, or $50 depending on the version of the show, and controlled the round. After the toss-up, the round continued with the host asking trivia questions for the team that won control. A correct answer earned money, and the team maintained control of the round. Giving an incorrect answer or failing to respond before time ran out gave control to the opposing team. However, a team could choose to dare their opponents to answer the question, which also doubled the value of the question. The opposing team could choose to answer or double dare the original team, which also quadrupled the question's original value. After a double dare, the team control could choose to answer the question or compete in a physical challenge. If a team missed a question on a dare or double dare, their team received the appropriate money in addition to control. So, just for the record, guys, for those of you who do not know how Double Dare was played, how Double Dare worked, here's how Mark Summers would explain the rules of that game. So here it is. I'm going to ask you a question. If you don't know the answer or think the other team doesn't have a clue, you can dare them to answer for double the dollars. But be careful, because they can always double dare you back for 4 times the amount, and then you'll have to either answer that question or take the physical challenge. That's how Double Dare works. Now here's how the scoring turned out to be for Double Dare. So Double Dare usually toss-ups are like $20, and normal questions were $10. Dares were $20, and the Double Dare, the physical challenges were $40. But in the Fox version of Family Double Dare, that's the same thing that applies with Super Sloppy Double Dare. But on the Fox version of Family Double Dare, the questions were worth $50. But with the Nickelodeon version of Family Double Dare and Double Dare 2000, which we'll get to in the next part, the tosses were $25. Normal questions were $25. The dares were $50, and the Double Dare and the physical challenges were worth $100. But though in round 2, though, they have another toss-up, and the rules were exactly the same like in round 1, but the dollar values were doubled. And when you heard this, and when you guys heard this sound, that meant that the game was over and somebody had won. However, the tosses were worth $50 in the Family Double Dare version on Nickelodeon. The questions were also worth $50. The dares were $100, and the double dare and the physical challenges were worth $200. But in the double dare versions, though, the questions were worth $20. Then the questions were exactly the same. Then the dare was worth $40, and the double dare and the physical challenges were worth $80. Now the physical challenges were stunts usually messy that a team had to perform in a specific time, usually 20 or 30 seconds, although occasionally 10 or 15 seconds. All physical challenges on Double Dare 2000 were 30 seconds in length, unless a time reduction was in play due to the Triple Dare Challenge, which we'll talk about in the next part. Most challenges were involved filling a container past the line with one of a variety of substances: water, uncooked rice, green slime, whipped cream, milk, etc. Others involve catching a certain number of items before time ran out. For example, during Pie in the Pants, which is Brendan's favorite physical challenges in Double Dare for the NES, which we'll get to in the next video, my very first game of it, a contestant had to catch 3 or 4 pies in a pair of oversized clown pants within the specific time limit, but his or her teammate launched them from a foot-operated catapult at the opposite end of the stage. Completing the stunt won the team money and controlled the game. Otherwise, the money and control went to the opposing team. On Double Dare and Super Sloppy Double Dare, both contestants of a team competed in all physical challenges. On the 1988 version of Family Double Dare, which was premiered in prime time on Fox, all 4 members of a team competed in the challenges. On the 1990 and 1990 version of Family Double Dare on Nickelodeon, and on Double Dare 2000, 2 members of a team competed in round 1, and all 4 members competed in round 2. Double Dare 2000, which we'll talk about in the next part, which we'll get to that in a moment. Right now, let's talk about the obstacle course. The team with the highest score at the end of round 2 went on to the final challenge of the game, the obstacle course, named the Slobstacle course for Double Dare 2000. If there was a tie, both teams played in the obstacle course. This only happened once on Double Dare 2000 with the Triple Dare Challenge explanation, so you got too much gameplay time. Regardless of the outcome, both teams capped the money earned with $100 as the house minimum, $200 in Double Dare 2000, and $500 in the box version of Family Double Dare. The obstacle course consisted of 8 obstacles, which had to complete within 60 seconds. Each obstacle had the orange flag either at the end of or hidden with it. One team member ran the first obstacle, then passed its flag to his or her partner, or the next team member in line on Family Double Dare and Double Dare 2000, who then moved to the next obstacle. The team continued to alternate in this manner, and they completed his course until the time ran out. For safety reasons, team members were given helmets and elbow knee pads to wear while running the course. The team won a prize for each obstacle completed, escalating in value to a grand prize for completing the entire course. On the original and Super Sloppy versions, the grand prize was usually a vacation or a scholarship to the United States Space Camp, which was one of the grand prizes on Legends of the Hidden Temple. And each member of the team received identical prizes. All 8 prizes were usually worth a total of $3,000, $4,000 on the Fox version of Family Double Dare, as well as the first season of the Nickelodeon run. The grand prize was a car, making all 8 prizes usually worth over $15,000. In 1992, the grand prize was changed to a vacation. However, the family that won the tournament held that season had the chance to run the obstacle course for a car. On the Fox version of Family Double Dare from 1988, the 7th obstacle offered a cash prize that was worth a different amount, ranging from $2,500 to $5,000 on each episode. But we had an arm-breaking incident. In one undated episode of the show, a contestant broke his arm while trying to overcome one of the obstacles. Said contestant had a condition that made his bones unusually fragile, and it was only accepted onto the show that he had lied about it on the application. Fearing potential lawsuits, particularly since the child's father was a lawyer, Nickelodeon gave the contestant a consolation prize in exchange for him not taking to any legal action against the company. Now we have the personalities. Mark Summers served as host for all episodes from 1986 to 1993. Additionally, Mark Summers received a credit as producer in 1992. An executive consultant for Double Dare 2000, And John Harvey, who was always nicknamed Harvey, served as announcer from 1986 to 1992, with Doug Holliday replacing him in 1992. And we'll talk more about WWE 2000 in the next part. We'll talk more about the hosts there. Several stage assistants appeared on camera and assisted in set up physical challenges or obstacles, including Robin Morello from 1986 to 1993, Dave Skiller of the stage assistant from 1986 to 89, Jamie Bajwanski from 1990 to 92, and Chris Miles from 1992 to 93. Greg Lee, who later went on to host Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, was a contestant coordinator from 1986 to 1990. All the other original WWE music was composed by Ed Kelloff, who consistently had early composed the theme to the Goodman Tomlin's unrelated from 1986 to 1987 game show with Double Dare, and was basically the same throughout the show's run, with some minor changes to the music. The main theme also made a very brief appearance in the Lego Movie, which I'm going to see this Tuesday.
I'm excited for you.
Yep. From 1986 to 1988, the music had a Sid lead from 1988 to starting with the Fox Family Double Dare and the second half of the syndicated run of Double Dare through the end of the run. All music was remixed with a horn lead. However, the 1986 Vibration theme was used for the opening in 1980 to 1990. And, well, guys, that's going to do it for the first part of the Retrospective on Double Dare, the Nickelodeon Game Show. Coming out, we're going to talk more about Double Dare 2000. Stick around.